All right. So, for those of you who are already here, a very good morning to all of you, and thank you so much for taking the time to attend this month's free webinar from Cancer Research Malaysia. So, I'm just going to give you all maybe a few more minutes to come in. We have about like 25 people right now, but let's just give it some time and then we can officially begin the webinar. Feel free to say anything in the chat box. You can say a good morning. I think people usually like to do that. Right, wow. It's quite a lot of people showing up today. That's great. That's actually fantastic. Very good morning to you. Good morning. 早上好. Good morning. Selamat pagi to all
Morning.
of you. Yeah. So today we actually have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Darren Lee. So, oh, good morning from Cebu, Sarawak. It's very, very nice to see that there's people from, East Malaysia
Malaysia.
coming to attend. That's really good. Very good. It's all about diversity, am I right? Good morning, everyone from Penang. Hello, good morning. I'm here in Selangor. Nothing special about Selangor, anyways. Yeah, I don't even stay in KL. Okay,
Weather's okay
so
today.
yeah, it's great weather today, considering how unpredictable the Malaysian weather has been recently. We've been getting rains and then we've been getting sunshines, sometimes in between. I think some people are struggling to get their clothes dried out, my family included. Okay, so I think we already have quite a number of people here. So without further ado, let's officially begin the webinar. So, again, good morning to all of you, and thank you so much for taking the time to attend today's webinar. So, for today, we are going to have Mr. Darren speak about his personal journey. So, there are some challenges that he faced, and also he will talk a bit about his diagnosis and his treatment and whatever that you want to talk about. So, Darren, so again, my first question to you is very simple. So, could you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, hi. Good morning, Amanda, and good morning, everyone on this call today. Um, very happy to be here to share with everyone my journey, and also to, if the right word, to inspire, based on what I've been through over the past 12 months. So a
Mm.
bit about myself. I'm very blessed. I'm a son, um, a husband, and now a father to two young kids. Um, uh, I am someone who tries to live life with much excitement as possible, sometimes a bit too much, according to my wife.
Yes.
I'm very fortunate. I'm the middle child of three. I suffer from middle child syndrome. So as you know, I'm always trying to outdo everything and be as independent as possible.
Hmm.
Um, Growing up from a young age, I say I'm truly blessed because my dad's a doctor, a pediatrician. So I
Uh,
had the
that's
best
that's
healthcare.
that's amazing.
I had the
All
best
from family.
healthcare at my doorstep. My mom's a nurse. So
Ah,
in other words, I had healthcare on demand.
that's
I was fed well, given the right education, and I had a very, very happy childhood.
that's great.
Personally, my behavior, I like to classify myself as an impulsive achiever. I'm,
Oh, can you maybe elaborate what is the meaning of an
I'm,
impulsive achiever?
I, I always wanted to, be the first to start on the journey, and maybe the
Ah,
first to also get there. Um, and because of such attitude I have, I mean, I've traveled the world. I've completed in triathlons. I finished the Ironman,
very
very
nice.
impulsively. So one morning I wake up, if I read something and I get attracted to it, I just pursue it immediately.
Oh,
So that's
that's
how I've been living my
nice.
life.
You're basically a very
Um,
motivated person.
and yeah, so living life in the fast lane.
Hmm.
Once in a while, my loved one, my mom, dad, even my wife would say, "Hey, maybe it's okay to slow down once in a while."
Ah,
And there you go. That's in a nutshell. That's something about myself, which I'm
okay,
willing to
very
share.
interesting. Actually, we are starting to get to know you a bit more. You did talk
Yeah,
about your mindset and your attitude. So, from me personally, I think that you're a very motivated person, and that if once you set your mind to something, you make an initiative to actually go out and do it. And that's been faring well for you. All good so far. You've been enjoying yourself in your life. Yeah?
yeah, yeah. You could say so.
Absolutely. That's very nice. Okay, so beyond that, I also understand that you have a certain disease. Yep. So you've recently been diagnosed with it. Yep.
Yeah,
So in what ways may I know about, because we're talking about cancer in the first place, and yours is you told me that it was the over here.
yeah, thyroid. Yeah.
The thyroid, yeah, thyroid. So I'm sure some people are aware what the thyroid is. Maybe they've heard it from their family or their friends. Maybe they have a thyroid condition, but yours is thyroid cancer in particular. So if you don't mind me asking, I would actually like to know in what ways did the cancer diagnosis change your life or your
Okay.
mindset? Yeah.
Sure. Just let me start, and I think this will be good information for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I did mention my dad's a doctor, so said we had perfect healthcare, and because of that also, we've ingrained that hey, we grew up very very healthy. Anything could be cured scientifically. My dad's a medical doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and for many many years, we did our regular blood work and whatnot, and until I attained the age of 40, then we've been encouraged to do a bit more investigative tests, such as maybe a heart CT scan or colonoscopy and whatnot. Of course, we fear of all those, but then there is this history of I think heart issues within the extended family. So one day it just prompted me, still recall, it was a day before Deepavali. I found this medical test online at CVS and I just went to do it. So went in full blood work, ultrasounds on all the organs, then came the heart CT and then the lung CT scan, echo and whatnot. Was
Mm-hmm.
very afraid that something would pop up.
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people don't look forward to
Correct.
going to a hospital or seeing a doctor in the first place because they're afraid that, oh, what if there's something wrong with
Correct.
me?
Yeah.
Then
So
I
it's
have one more problem to
m-
worry about.
major fear, it's
Yeah.
stigma, it's taboo. Yeah. So
Yes.
while waiting for the results, it takes like
Mm-hmm.
6 to 8 hours, right, for all these tests to be concluded. A nurse reached out to me and said, "Hey, we saw this shadow. I think you should do additional tests, additional ultrasound tests." And in my mind, being a businessman, okay, good job, cross-selling, right? So we went,
Yeah.
did this and whatnot, and finally got to see the doctor, and a report came out. So we found a growth. I mean, they couldn't diagnose what it was, okay, what it was, but there is a growth, a large mass, approximately 4 centimeters, somewhere in my neck, not visible at all to me.
Because it's
It's
inside.
not visible, so
Yeah.
it was so deep in there, and asked me to take it one step further. I was referred to a specialist center. I immediately went to that specialist center, and they said, "Hey, looking at it, looks
Looks bad.
doesn't look alarming." It's like, okay,
Oh, okay, okay.
maybe come back 6 months from now, we see if it grows bigger. But it plays on your mind. So I went back home and really look at what 4 centimeters may look like. And I brushed it
Yes.
off because the
Oh,
specialist said maybe come back a few months later. I said, okay, this was October 2 years back, last year.
Okay. Wow.
Fast forward, I went to see another specialist and said can be monitored. I was even more happy about that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I said, okay, great. I'm gonna have good holidays. I can plan my holidays and all. Just so happened my wife bumped into one of her colleagues who is going through this same kind of condition. Said maybe you should visit another specialist. I was like, oh, come on, two is enough. God bless, she forced me, and then we went and see this other specialist at one of the local hospitals, medical hospitals,
Mhm.
and yeah, he had a different way of diagnosing it based on what data is available. I think they're using big data, looking at probability. He ordered certain tests to be done. It was all inconclusive, but at the end of the day, he said, "Hey, using this data, it's more
Okay.
likely than not there may be something there." So totally advise you go in, remove half of it first. I went
Oh,
in 3 days before Christmas last year. They took half out. The diagnosis came in 1 week later and confirmed actually it was thyroid cancer,
I
and
see.
it's large, so it's I don't know. There's this
Oh,
classification T, N, and M. It's a T2, and he
okay.
says hey, you have to go in and remove the other half. So I went in on I think 21st December and went back in on 4th January.
Uh,
So that was my journey towards the diagnosis and the
I
removal of it.
see.
Yeah.
I see. So, how
Uh,
did you actually feel when the specialist confirmed that it was cancer? You're
It's
gasping.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think no one wants to hear that, right?
yeah,
Of course,
absolutely no one.
disbelief.
Yes.
But it may have hurt my family more than it hurt me.
Oh,
Say
yeah,
that
I know, I understand, I
my wife
understand.
was with me, and it's something really hard to hear, something really hard to grasp.
I see.
Um, and yeah, and then you don't know what's to come, right?
Yeah,
Then
it's hard to know. Yes.
first was a surgery, then what? So it's a long journey. I'm still on it. Yeah.
I see.
Uh, but
Speaking
to answer
about
your question, yeah,
your,
it's
okay, okay. But you can continue if you want to say
no, no,
something
no.
else.
No.
Hope I'm
Okay.
not interrupting.
No, no, not at
Okay.
all.
Okay, perfect. So because you were talking about your journey, um, what was the most difficult part of it? Like, what was the most stressful or the most emotional? Can be anything.
Okay. Personally, I think most difficult, of course, the acceptance of it
Yes.
and how the family feels about it. Okay. I think you create way more uncertainty for the family. For me, it's managing things emotionally,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
internally. Uh, so hardest part, I would say family, managing that. And then followed by the uncertainty within myself, right? Like Sunny is, we've never experienced this. We grew up knowing that everything could be cured. Antibiotics, Panadols, antiviral jabs and whatnot.
Mm.
But this was a different um, game to play. So that
Yes.
uncertainty, really
Mhm.
hard. I feel it was always at the mercy of doctors. There's so much data out there, who to follow, who makes that right decision. Well, don't know. Yes, we have to believe in in God, but we also have
Yes.
to follow faith. I think there's a lot of luck involved here also.
Yeah.
If I did not, or my wife did not meet that friend of hers who was going through this. I don't know. Maybe things may have been different also for me.
I
Maybe I'll
see.
still be living with it right now, or it may not have been removed, or it may have,
Mm,
spread and whatnot. So
I
that's really
see.
hard. The waiting is really, really long for results. It's never on the spot. Uh, or maybe it's because of certain facilities I go to, but every time it's just that waiting period. One day also, it's a long time to know whether it could be life changing or not.
Okay.
Next is yeah, uh, during the diagnosis, post-diagnosis, post-recovery, the waiting time at hospitals,
Mhm.
that really took a big toll on me. Seeing many specialists, uh,
Yes, yes.
it really took a big toll on me. And I mean, just from, I mean, I run a company, and also it's just, well, managing all this really, it took a big toll on me. Yeah.
Mm,
And finally, at the end, they coming to acceptance. Hey, you have it. Now what?
nice.
You just can't erase
Stress.
it. You can go and try and heal it, but the uncertainty is still there. Every time you go and see a specialist, no one says, "Oh, you're in the clear." But rather than, well, next year you do this additional test and that test and that test, and who knows? Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, makes sense. And you even said something about uncertainty. So I think I mean I can sort of definitely understand and relate to what you said because when you are in a state of uncertainty and you don't know what's next, you don't know what to do, so you're sort of like trapped in libido. So in that kind of state, I think it would be very stressful. You'll be like, oh gosh, what am I supposed to do? It's like, I have to wait for the lab results. I have to
right.
wait for what the doctor said. So obviously, in that time when you are waiting, I think there's a lot going through in your mind, right? You'll be thinking about this and that and whatnot. So overall, yeah, I can understand why it was difficult because imagine going to the hospital, taking many trips there, seeing the
Right, right.
doctors going through with but you had surgery, right? To
Yes, I did
remove it. Yeah,
twice. Yeah.
surgery, yeah, surgery. You had to go through surgery. It's like not even once, it's twice because you had to remove the other half. And then did you have to take any medication
Yeah,
after?
yes, I am on medication. It's
You
life.
are on medication as well, yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
stick to this regime in order to feel better. So, yeah, I can definitely understand why it would be a very difficult part in your cancer journey. Yes. Hmm. But hopefully everything is going better for you now, Darren, because I think it's already been almost a year since it all
It,
happened.
it would be a year
Yes.
in approximately 10 days.
January
No, in 10 days will be a year from my
in
first
10 days,
operation.
yeah, 10 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great time to have this call.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's like celebrating an anniversary, but not for a
It's
good
been going
thing.
good. It's been going good. Obviously,
It's been
getting
going good.
adjusted to this new lifestyle, the meds,
Ah, see,
as you know, I'm
see.
on artificial hormones now.
Ah,
It's
see,
just
see.
different energy levels. But I'm in good hands. With the team I'm with in my
That's
medical team.
great. That's very
So I'm
good.
seeing a couple
Very
of doctors
good.
now. I've got the neck throat surgeon, I've got the
Wow.
oncologist, I've got an
Uh-huh.
endocrinologist,
Wow.
got
Three specialists.
dermatologist. I got four actually. So
Four
it's
specialists. My
yeah, so the
goodness.
amount of time being spent, yeah. Um it's it keeps me going. Yeah.
That's
But I feel
that's
good.
great.
I feel really good.
That's great. That's great. You're looking very healthy and
Ah,
strong, at
thank
least
you,
in my
thank you.
opinion. That's great. That's a great
Yeah.
look. Yeah. So I also want to know the next question. So I want to know who or what supported you during your fight against cancer.
I think yeah, I did mention it a few times here throughout the call. First of all, that definitely the family,
Yes.
wife, my parents, wife, children, definitely my anchor. And then we have the group of friends, the community, that supported, uh, and then the doctors, as well as I mean the research, a lot of data supported. I mean this day of age data is important, but there's so much data out there, and I would say yeah, doctors plus research centers, including Cancer Research Malaysia, some are yeah, and I think we'll go to that how we cross paths later.
Okay.
Yeah, that supported me a lot, and faith, yeah, having
Yeah,
faith
so
in
I
religion, yeah.
mean, we can both definitely agree that when someone is experiencing a chronic disease, like even cancer, they would definitely need all the support they need because where would they be without support in the first place?
Correct.
Well, exactly. It's very hard to imagine, yes. Especially since that I am a psychology graduate
Yeah,
and I did specialize in health psychology. So I've come to strongly believe that in order to achieve overall health, you have to be healthy physically and also
yeah,
mentally. Yes, but unfortunately, people do miss out the mental part, because they seem to forget about how much of an emotional impact and emotional toll it can be on someone who's suffering from a disease. They tend to leave that out.
totally
So
agree.
that's why the support is really important. You get it from your family, your friends, or whoever that's close to you. Because it seems really, really heartbreaking to imagine if somebody is going through cancer, but there's absolutely no one there for them. So I don't think anyone should be put in that kind of situation. It's
Yeah,
quite
agree.
scary. Even I think
Totally
about,
agree.
even now that I'm talking about it and think about it, it seems quite scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad to hear that you have a supportive family, your parents and your wife and your children. I hope your children have been supporting you as
They
well.
do, they don't quite understand what it is. They're still quite young.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it
That's
keeps me
good. That's
going.
good to hear. That's good to hear. That's very good. Yeah, so we definitely should not be excluding emotional support when it comes to this as well. Yeah, I mean, you have to, well, of course, since you're the one who is dealing with cancer, you have to, like, get on your feet and be stable on your own. But I think that, again, you shouldn't be doing this alone. Absolutely. So it's
Correct.
very relieving and very good to hear that you're in good company
Agree?
while you're still fighting this. Okay, perfect. So, besides that, is there anything you have engaged in when you are healing from cancer? Any new hobbies, or have you picked up something new? Or
Okay.
maybe it has changed your mindset. Because a lot of people, from what I've heard in stories, say, for example, a cancer patient, it sort of like changes their perspective and opinion about life. Maybe they've slowed down, or maybe they're just like, oh, you know what, I should just like relax, or maybe they just get a bit more spiritual. So has that
Yeah.
applied to you in any way during your cancer
Um,
journey?
yeah, that's a really good question, Manda. And
Yeah.
I do self-reflection and quite often these days. And maybe just to gauge what has changed. Um, I mean, I came to accept that this disease I have, it's a lifelong work in progress.
Yes.
So so the routines have come into place. The medical checkups, they're all on my calendar, what I have to do. So maybe I'm more disciplined now in terms of getting my blood work done, seeing this doctor and that and all,
Yep.
compared to the past. Um, got rid of not so good habits. Yeah,
Yes.
I would want to say that I look after myself a bit better these days.
Very good. Very
I
good.
mean, I start using these devices, track my sleep, how many steps I do.
Ah, it's like a
Uh,
Fitbit.
in a way, this is a
Mhm.
ring, right? Ultra human ring. So,
Very
so,
interesting.
so a bit more data now to drive my decisions, a bit scheduling to ensure that I am maintained well. Um, yeah, I mean, exercise and all always has been part of my life. So
Yes.
I just post surgery, I maybe went AWOL for a couple of months.
Yes.
I think for 6 months, but then after that, I just got back into it and just do the amount that's required. I go for, I mean, spin class, or swims, or jogs and whatnot.
Mm.
As um and lately, but this is definitely not because of my cancer diagnosis, I began my spiritual journey with RCIA, this Rites of Christianity initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's changed. Um, I think I'm redesigning my life in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing major. Am I slowing down just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Yes.
Won't do anything too abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's business as normal for now. Personally,
Yeah.
I'm still doing things I want to do. Me more emphasis on spending time with family.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to split, let's say work and family, last time was, let's say it was 50-50. Now it's maybe a bit more family. Yeah. So
Very nice. That's good. That's good. Very interesting to hear that from
mm,
you. And
mm,
what about the one thing that you described as an impulsive achiever? Has it affected your impulsiveness in terms of achieving?
it did not. It did
It did
not.
not. That's
It
great.
did not. Yeah, but just a bit more well controlled.
Oh, well
Um,
controlled.
Ask me to go parachute, jump off a plane right now.
Oh my God.
I think slightly twice. Slightly a bit
Okay.
more risk adverse. But no,
Okay.
achieving things in life and all, no, I'm still very much driven
Yeah.
to get things done, to still continue to explore the world
Yes.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very nice. Okay. That's good, actually. Yeah. I mean, very strange if it didn't change you in some manner. I think, whoa, I think if I encountered a person like that, I'll be like, wow, you're very resilient.
Uh,
You wouldn't
uh,
even let this get to you.
yeah.
But like you said, you
I'm
started,
not physically limited by this.
uh-huh. Yes.
I think I should continue with this passion slash drive
Yeah,
or
of course.
I
Of
have, yeah.
course. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe you said you did participate in like a marathons and all of that. Are you still
Yeah.
doing it?
I'm not actively doing it, no.
Ah,
Um,
no.
do I plan to do it? Maybe other priorities that are lined up for
Ah, I
now.
see. I
Yeah.
see. I see. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. Yeah, just take it at your own pace.
Correct.
And well, as long as you're doing well, you're healthy, eating healthy, and just like being a bit physically active,
Yep.
I think everything should be fine. Everything should be fine. Yeah.
Us.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, okay. That's great. That's great. Okay, hopefully these questions haven't been too stressing,
Yeah. Not at all.
stressful on
Not at
you.
all.
That's great. That's great to know. Yeah. Okay. So we've heard a lot about your story, your cancer journey, your thoughts and your opinions. So earlier you did mention that you wanted to talk a bit about how you came to know about this organization, Cancer Research Malaysia. So personally, as a science communicator, I have not given you a health talk. But I am now speaking to you in a public webinar, so I think
Yeah.
that counts as something.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So could you just tell us a bit about how it all started for you?
Getting to know about
Cancer
CRMY,
research.
the Research
Yeah,
Malaysia.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, first of all, and I don't know, it's all deja vu. I
Yeah.
think a couple of months before my diagnosis, I was invited to a event at Cancer Research Malaysia. It was hosted by this organization. It's called YPO, Young Professionals
Yes.
Organization.
Yes.
So happened I sit on the exco there, and it was hosted at Cancer Research Malaysia in Subang Jaya, SGMC.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very curious on what it was all about. So we attended. We were briefed about it. They brought us for a lab tour. Really, really impressed. We met the volunteers, the management, the CEO, and also the scientists.
Hmm.
Um, what really caught my attention was I think there was this lady, she said she returned from somewhere in the US. She was doing a lot of
Yeah.
research there and she came back and volunteer. And that's the real definition to me of servant leadership, working for a not-for-profit company and all. And that just took me aback. And when we met the CEO, they did explain how the research is done, how the how this not-for-profit actually survives based on donations,
Yeah.
touch on maybe sometimes lack of support by the various agencies and whatnot, how funding works, and how tight it was. So yeah, it was very informative. And then after that, we had there was a lady, I think Vishala and all, they made a presentation briefing us, giving us very good data on the cancer situation in Malaysia, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think what's the top five cancers, whether it's breast, lung, whatnot, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what's happening in East Malaysia is a bit different there. So all
Oh,
this
yes,
really
absolutely.
really was very informative to me. I'm very interested in all this. And then also the solutions that came up. I think they designed this app which could scan, yeah, the
Yes,
oral,
yes. Yeah, for oral cancer
yeah,
symptoms,
yeah,
symptoms of oral cancer. Yeah.
symptoms and detect and how it's benefit Malaysia as a whole.
Yeah,
So
of
that
course.
was the first foray or first introduction to cancer research. Fast forward, every year in my company, I do have this. We designate health months. So every June, July, August, it's a health quarter. We have blood donation drives. We invite speakers, medical professionals to speak to employees, and give them knowledge as well as awareness on what's out there. So
Mm.
happened this year, HR actually engaged with Cancer Research Malaysia,
Ah.
and pardon my ignorance, I didn't know who was coming, but when I attended the event, I was like, whoa, hey, I know you guys.
Yeah.
And that was my actually first time after the talk, I stood up, be a bit vulnerable, and also not everyone in my organization knew that I went through this journey, and I spoke up and shared my journey with them. I
Mm.
thought it was really powerful. It was a good
Mm.
message to everyone. Yeah.
That's
So
good.
yeah, that's how I got to know about Cancer Research Malaysia, and not one time but two times,
Yeah.
and then now today once again, once you connected with me,
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah, this is something a bit different for this webinar between the both of us. It's a bit more intimate and a bit more personal,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, because previously when you came over with the other members of YPO, you were just there to sit and listen to my colleague Vishala, but unfortunately Vishala has already left the company.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, she
Well,
she no longer works here. So basically, I'm just taking up the mantle right now.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so
Good.
that's that. But I'm glad to know that she, along with our CEO Andy and
Yeah.
the other scientists, were there to actually speak to you. So I get that our office is not really the biggest, especially compared to yours. Your office looks
Yeah.
really big. I mean, from here, it looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not much, but we still do our best to get things done. I mean, you have seen the lab. It's again, it's small. But it still serves a purpose, because our scientists are actually just getting in there every single day, and they're just doing their science. They're tinkling and whatsoever. I'm not sure what exactly they do in there, but I do have a gist. But I'm sure that they're
Yeah.
hard at work. They really do want
Yeah.
to help
Yeah.
Malaysians and Asians. We want to fight against cancer, and we also want to win. So in a way that they are really contributing to all of us. Yeah. All right. So speaking about research in the first place, so why do you think conducting it here in Malaysia is so important? And what about spreading awareness? Why do you think it's so important?
Um,
Stumped?
no, no,
Too
no. Let
difficult?
me let me just frame this because I'm a bit
Yeah.
more biased now because I'm I've gone through this journey.
Yeah.
Um, First, okay, I think a lot based on data, I think approximately 50, 60,000 cancer diagnosis a year. All right,
Mm-hmm.
50, 60,000 cancer diagnosis. That's quite a number. I don't know what survival rates are, but all this 50, 60. how many, what kind of cancers they are. So it could
Yes.
be simple ones. We think simple, which you can detect early, is your breast, your oral, um,
Yeah.
lung to a certain extent, and then I
Yes.
think there's nose and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Mine thyroid just so happened they found it during the CT scan. If not, I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be detected until much
Yeah.
later. Not rare, doesn't occur very commonly, what I understand. So why awareness is so important. First of all, is the society we are brought up in. I think just Asians, typically Asians.
Yeah.
Uh, so even me, despite coming from a family which is, or my dad, I said my dad's a doctor, it's still big taboo. It's social stigma. It's person we're afraid. We don't want to know. If it happens, let it
Mm-hmm.
happen, right? It's always
Mm-hmm.
that. It's that mindset.
Yes. Yes.
So hopefully, Amanda, with your psychological background, uh, that change. We have to change this.
Yeah, of course.
So this awareness, getting it out there, right? And and just letting the public know, hey, there is ways it can be treated, life can be prolonged, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. But just getting that just getting over that taboo is so important. And I think the only way is really to create awareness. I mean, have more awareness out there and say, hey, it's not so bad, lah. It's not so bad, lah. As long as you detect it maybe slightly earlier, right? It's not
Yes.
so bad. Then would come, oh no, then it's going to be so expensive to treat this and that. But I beg to differ. I think the local government, the hospitals do have those facilities to treat. Yes, waiting time a bit longer, but the whole
Yeah.
idea is to go get aware of it, get tested, and then go and seek treatment.
Yes.
So awareness important. I think you guys doing a great job. I know a lot more effort to be done, not by only Cancer Research Malaysia, but the entire nation.
Mm-hmm.
With such awareness, then comes knowledge. Knowledge would turn this fear into some sort of empowerment, right?
Yeah.
You know you can do something about it, you can control it. Um, Not for me to comment, but just reflecting and also seeing how the older generation went through it, or the past generation. I think a lot of people suffered in silence. Okay,
Yeah.
they didn't
They do.
care.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I've got stick. They just let it go, and maybe on their deathbed, oh, I didn't want to inform my children, I didn't want to burden them and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of things would evolve over time, but I think that's the saddest part of it. Moving forward
Yes.
into the future, there's a lot of talk. I mean, with all this research, AI, and everything can be,
Yeah.
in a way, accelerated to find a cure. I still believe in that. If we spoke about 30 years ago, we say we'll find a cure 100 years later. But I think now they're looking at 10 years or 15 years from now, maybe there could be a cure for this, as as we've advanced in humanity and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. It
So
takes
yeah.
time. It takes time, takes
Hmm.
money, takes energy, all
Yeah.
of these things. Yeah, like you said, the medical field and also the healthcare system. A lot of it is just progressing right now because I'm sure if you compare like 2025 to maybe 50 years ago, medicine wasn't really that advanced. Like it was still
Correct.
there and it's still treating people, but compare it to what we have now. I think it's a big stretch. It's been a big milestone, and all of this is not possible without researchers in the first place. Would you agree
Correct.
on that? Yeah,
I totally
absolutely.
agree. I
Yeah,
totally agree.
because all these treatments, all these machines and whatnot that we use for healthcare, they wouldn't be there in the first place if people were not actively doing research because they want to know, oh, how do I treat this particular disease and how do I cure it in the first place? And so that's why they conduct scientific research in the first place. So that's how it all starts like
Yeah.
research, yeah. And you also mentioned that there's a stigma, there's taboo, and in the Asian society, people tend to have a very general mindset about cancer. They think that, oh, once you are diagnosed with cancer, you're going to die. Usually people
Mhm.
freak out and they panic. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure, again, for you, it might be a different, but again, it's more of like a general statement. So people are terrified of cancer, the big C. And in that fear, sometimes they choose to just keep it to themselves. They don't want to talk about it and they don't even want to think about it. And as you've mentioned, it's like, oh, if I get it, I get it. That's just a
Yeah.
matter of really rotten luck.
Mm.
But I think, again, like you said, I really like what you said about how, with knowledge, your fear can actually turn into empowerment. So instead of just like sitting there, like a duck and doing nothing, why not just take the opportunity to take action instead? So I think, yeah, so that's how we can actually encourage people to go out there with the knowledge that they have so that again touch wood, if something bad happens, then they'll know exactly what to do instead of just sitting there being helpless. Who am I supposed to get help from? What's gonna happen to me? Am I going to
Yep.
die? All these thoughts, all these anxiety, all the worries, it would be so unnecessary. Yes. So I understand that, sometimes if bad news is broken down to you about your health, you would feel a bit shocked, you would feel a bit stressed out, and you'll be worrying about your own future. But I think everybody has the right to experience that for however long they need. But what's most important is again taking action.
Agreed.
Yeah, because if you don't have the initiative, nothing would move. It's like
Well,
taking the first step. They always say that the first step is always the hardest, but once you do it, then the ball just keeps rolling. At least that's what I feel about the whole issue.
correct. I think it's great that we have you here.
I'm flattered. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I've spoken to quite a lot of people. They've asked me many questions, especially after health talk, saying, sharing some of their stories, sharing, maybe a family member has passed away or a friend, or maybe they're just experiencing it themselves. And what I always do is that it's great that you are here attending the health talk and getting to know a bit more about cancer and why it's so important for you to be aware of any signs because it's your body and your health, so you are responsible for it. Yeah. So if there's anything strange happening in your body, be it your mouth or maybe something your back or whatsoever,
Yeah,
any part, you would be the first one to know. Yeah, you would absolutely be the first one to know. And again, it's also your responsibility to go and seek medical help if you need it. So, again, initiative, motivation, all of this is a very important thing, I think. Otherwise, yeah, unfortunately, some people they just choose to bear it in silence, and then, or even worst case scenario, it's already too late.
agree.
Yeah. So we just don't want that to happen to people, because we all want to live well, we want to live happy, pain-free, stress-free, and worry-free. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up what I wanted to say, just my 2 cents into this question as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, one last question for you,
Okay.
Darren. If you don't mind, one last one. Very
Not at
easy one.
all.
Okay. So, this one, what is one advice you would give Malaysians in regards to cancer? Just one advice.
I would say the most important one, there'll be a couple of advices, but the most important one
Yeah.
is really don't wait. Get screened early. Really don't wait. I think Amanda, is what you said. Yeah, you know your body best, whether it's
Yeah.
back hurts, or some lump and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And having said that, it's not only getting screened early, it's actually a big responsibility to yourself and your family. You have to respect your body and look after your family. So by getting screened early, that covers that. Um, Lastly, if the inevitable happens,
Yeah.
you are not alone. Uh,
Yes.
get over this stigma and taboo. Take it one day at a time. And who knows, life could be more meaningful also after this
Yeah,
diagnosis. Who knows?
of course. Yeah, who
So
knows?
go get screened early. Your responsibility to yourself and your family.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So
Mhm.
don't miss out on the health test, do your CT scans or
Yeah,
whatnot. Yeah. I think it's very important because again, you can't buy health with money. It's priceless.
right.
Yeah, you can't put a tag on it. Yeah,
As I
you
mentioned, the countless hours I spent in these hospitals and waiting for doctors and whatnot.
yeah,
But yeah, it is what it is. Somehow I think it's all pre-planned for me.
see, that's
It's a
great.
journey I'm just going through, uh, taking it one day at a time. Actually looking forward to it. So
Very good. That's very good. Yeah. I'm just glad to see that you are doing well right now,
thank you.
even though you are still undergoing medication.
It'll be
Are you still getting
lifelong.
treated for it?
Yeah, it's
It's,
lifelong,
it's
constantly being
lifelong.
monitored.
I see, I
Tests
see.
scheduled every quarter, certain kind of tests. It's
Yeah, I
it's like just
mean,
going through a checklist and all as we age.
I
So
see. I see. Yeah,
um,
hopefully your four specialists are being very good doctors to you. You
yeah,
could develop a friendship with them
yeah,
at this
just
point.
like that. Yeah, it's my team. Part of
Yeah,
my team now.
yeah. I know, absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
but it's again, it's really good to see that you're still happy and well right now,
yeah.
Darren.
Thank
So
you.
I think that your journey so far has been good. It's been going along well. Very
Yeah,
lucky, very good. That's very good. And yeah, so I think that's essentially all of the questions that
good.
I have for you today. That's all
Okay.
from me.
Yeah,
But of course, as per usual in our webinars, I'm going to open the Q&A session for the audience. So for those of you here, yeah, you've heard Darren and I speak for about like 48 minutes. Hopefully it has been entertaining for all of you. If you have any questions for Darren or maybe you want to know a bit more, just feel free to drop your questions in the chat and we would gladly answer it. So, yes, for those of you who are interested in the e-certificate, I will get to that after the Q&A. So hold on a bit longer. Yeah. So now it's
okay.
just Q&A. Yeah. So if you have no questions, you can just write no questions, at least something in the chat box instead of just silence. Oh, so Muhammad Atif has a question for you, Darren. Did you have any physical symptoms of thyroid cancer? Anything
Yeah. Hi.
physical?
First of all, hi Muhammad. Thanks for joining the call. No, I did not. Zero.
Shocking.
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 It's thyroid. Did not affect my blood work. They monitor by your thyroid hormone levels, the TSH and whatnot. Everything was normal. It's so big and it's just in here. And
Mm,
when you first go see a new doctor and say, hey, there may be something in here, and they visually can't see anything. Even they can't feel it. Somehow mine was just so close. And they did ask, hey, do you have trouble swallowing? Were you more
yeah,
tired? No. Yeah.
oh, that's interesting because I
Hmm.
know for a fact that some common symptoms for thyroid cancer, it includes the swelling because something is growing in
Correct.
there.
Yeah.
And sometimes even your voice can change because again,
Right.
it's in your
Right.
throat. And
Yeah.
your doctor did mention, oh, did you have any difficulties in swallowing food or whatnot? Seems
Right.
that,
Yeah.
and it's 4 cm, four
Correct. Yeah,
centimeters.
it's huge. Yeah.
That's very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
that whatever was in there was very sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah. A bit
goodness. Yeah.
sneaky.
But hopefully that answers your question,
Yeah.
Muhammad. Thank you so much for asking, Mr.
To that,
Darren.
I was very active, Mohammed. Yeah, I was before that.
Healthy.
I was
Yeah.
taking part in like Ironmans. I was doing triathlons and also was all okay. But there was just this thing in me.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. It was like
Okay.
it's practically invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we have another question for you. Hi, Mr. Darren by Sue.
Yeah.
May I know, do you have to do chemo and radiation therapy?
Yeah, hi
Oh,
Sue. What I understand, okay, the treatment for thyroid cancer is slightly different from other cancers, depending what you have,
yes.
whether it's prostate,
Yeah.
breast, and lung, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this one they go in first, they remove the entire thyroid together with
Ah,
the cancer, right? The cancer is
I
growing
see.
in the thyroid, so they remove everything, and you take certain meds, which are thyroxine, which replaces your hormones, but you pump it up really, really high to ensure that no
Mhm.
thyroid gets stimulated that
Okay.
causes this cancer growth.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a bit different, the treatment, and that's why other than an oncologist, I see an endocrinologist, which
Endocrinologist.
monitors hormones for the entire body.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So no, I did not go through any radiation or chemo. I'm scheduled to do, I think, radioactive scans or iodine and whatnot next year as part
Ah,
of
I
the
see.
treatment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for answering, Darren, and
Okay.
hopefully that answers your question, Sue. Yeah. She said thank you, Darren.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They said thank you,
Most
Darren.
welcome.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
That's great. Oh, and there's another question from Muhammad again. I want to ask also, are you doing any research? If yes, what's the title? I think this is for me because Darren is not a scientist. Yeah, so at Cancer Research Malaysia, our scientists are conducting numerous research, and we are mainly focusing on two types of cancers, which is breast cancer. So everyone is very familiar with breast cancer. It's a most common cancer affecting women across the world, not just here in Malaysia. And we also have head and neck cancer. So head and neck cancer, it's a general term to describe cancers that affect this region. So there can be a nasopharyngeal cancer, which is basically like throat cancer. And then there's also oral cancer, the ones that happens in the mouth. So earlier Darren was saying about he was talking about how our scientists developed an app which you can take a picture of your mouth to see if you have symptoms. So that is Mimosa. That's one of our main projects. And beyond that, I mean, unfortunately, we are not doing any cancer for thyroid, so Darren, don't feel left out
Mm.
on that. Yeah. So again, besides that, we are also doing something on lung cancer. We are doing things about immunotherapy. So for those of you who are not sure what is immunotherapy, it's basically a vaccine. So just think back of the COVID-19 pandemic when everyone had to get injected, your booster jab and whatnot. So it works like that. So what immunotherapy does is actually it trains your body, it trains your immune system to kill any cancer cells. So it's less harmful as compared to chemotherapy and also radiotherapy because that one kills the cancer cells and also the good cells that have done nothing wrong. So this one is a bit more targeted. So hopefully that answers your questions, Mohammed. Again, if you want to know anything more about our research at Cancer Research Malaysia, just visit our website. Yes. Okay. Okay, so there's somebody who said, thank you, Mr. Darren. I think they're very grateful for you
My
sharing your
pleasure. My
story.
pleasure.
Muhammad says, thank you, Miss Amanda, Mr. Darren. Yeah, you're welcome, Muhammad. It's really great to answer your questions. I can see that you're quite active. That's great. And another question from Sue, which is from me. Hi, Amanda.
Sorry,
How's...
Amanda, sorry, just
Yes.
before that, there's a question
Yes.
by Fauzia. She did ask, do I take any traditional?
Oh, that one. I missed it because
No,
it's up there in the chat.
no.
Yeah,
Let me
Fauzia.
just
Okay.
answer that.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of vitamins, herbs,
That's...
non-conventional
Yeah.
medication. But when I began this journey, I did explore it together with my team of doctors, and they did not have any strict restrictions about it. But all they ask is that for the first year or two, as you're progressing, they need to know whether the scientific medications are working. So do
Yes.
not encourage you not to consume just in case if the TCM herbs are working and they don't know. They just don't
Yeah.
know uh, which one is working. So, say for the first 1, 2 years, they're not saying no, but 1, 2 years for them is that you collect enough data from your blood work based on your current medication. Let them store that, and then you can go and revisit the
Mhm.
TCM way. Yeah. So
That's
hope
nice.
that answers the question. Yeah, I explored Chinese herbs, traditional Malay herbs, even Indian herbs. All right. Yeah,
Traditional medicine and healers
all
are quite
sorts.
prominent in Malaysia. That's why.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
I think most important is really speak to your doctor. Really
Yeah,
speak to your
speak to
doctor.
your
And
doctor.
I think
Yes.
all they want is just that data. And maybe they feed it to research, cancer research also. It's on stage, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Fazia. Thank you for the
Okay.
question. Oh yeah,
Last
so
question is good. I so
yeah,
hope you find
that's
a
great.
vaccine.
Perfect. All right, so back to Sue's second question. How's the progress on the cancer vaccine? Okay, so right now, the vaccine that we have at Cancer Research Malaysia is actually an oral cancer vaccine. So it's for the mouth. And currently, we are still at the preclinical stage. So we have only tested the vaccine on mice, the tickus. So what we found was very significant. So, okay, just to summarize it in the simplest way possible, we found that the combination of the vaccine and a drug has reduced the size of the tumor on the mouse significantly. It was almost 90%. I think 96 or 97%. So the tumor has almost completely disappeared. So if you're wondering why the mouse has a tumor in the first place, it's because we injected it with the cancer. So that's how the cancer grows. Mr. Darren looks quite grossed up. Yeah, it's what scientists do. Yeah, so
Uh,
that is actually the preclinical phase because we can't do it on humans yet. So what if something bad happens to humans? So that's why we test it on animals first. So usually mice, and that's what we have found. And right now we are currently at the stage where we need to get more donations because conducting scientific research is actually quite an expensive feat. We need we need all the time and the energy and also the money to actually do it. So we haven't even progressed it to stage one yet, which is on humans. So you can see that we're still quite stuck right over there. But again, if it shows like promising results on mice, we are hoping that it can also do the same for humans in the future. Yeah. So right now we're still stuck there, and there's still stage two, three, and four to come. But the idea is that if we manage to make this vaccine successful, we're also hoping that we could find something. Okay, so think of the COVID-19 virus. I think all of us knows how it looks like, right? It has the spikes. It's like a ball with spikes on it. So those spikes are sort of like the DNA, the identity of the the cancer. So imagine it just like that. So each of them have those spikes. So we actually developed the vaccine to target those cells with the spikes. It's like once they have this tag, oh, the body will know that oh, this is cancer, we should go and kill it. So that's how it works. So what we're hoping, the unfortunate thing is that I think Darren has also mentioned about it. Different cancers, they are different in terms of their structure and whatnot. It's like for lung cancer, it's gonna look like this. For breast cancer, it'll look like this. For thyroid cancer, it would look completely different as well. So the problem is that we are trying to find one common link that is shared among all types of cancers. So if we manage to find the so-called holy grail through our vaccine, essentially that can, well, cure cancer. So that's what the whole idea is about. It's theoretical. We haven't reached that point yet. But again, like I said, it will take time and it will take plenty of more research to actually get to that stage. So hopefully that can actually that answers your question, Sue. Yeah, they did mention mRNA tech. So again, disclaimer, I'm not a scientist, so I'm not really knowledgeable. It's not in my place to actually talk a bit more about the scientific details. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Sue. Yeah, Darren, you look very, very interested right over there. You're just like staring into the screen. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you, Sue. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so Liming says, thank you, Miss Amanda and Mr. Darren, for this great webinar. Very interesting and informative. I'm so
Pleasure.
glad that all of you enjoyed this. I know the previous webinars have been me speaking to my colleagues, so I'm really, really happy that I managed to get someone different this time, which is Darren.
My
So
pleasure. My pleasure.
yeah, really, really, it's thank you because I know it takes courage and it also takes open-mindedness to actually open up about your journey and it can be
Yeah.
sensitive, it can be personal for some people, but I'm really glad that you decided to share with us. You're comfortable with sharing all of us about your story actually, Darren.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can close the Q&A right now.
Okay.
We've already like gotten like 5 questions so far. So now about the e-certificate, let me share with you something real quick. Hold on. Okay, so for the e-certificate, it's going to, okay, I'm sure all of you can see my screen right now. Okay, I'm just sharing it right over there. So for the e-certificate, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the process, it's very simple. All you have to do is just check your email inbox 1 day after today's webinar. So today is the 10th of December. So tomorrow, which is the 11th of December, you will get an email from Zoom. And over there, there is a link to a feedback form. So all you have to do is click on the link, fill out your details. Okay, so at the bottom section, there's going to be a section that asks you, oh, do you want an e-certificate or not? So if you say yes, you have to fill out your name and you have to provide a minimum donation of just 1 ringgit. You attach your proof of donation. You can just like take a screenshot and just upload it there and then you submit the form and you can receive your e-certificate within 30 days. And if you don't, or if you have any questions related to the e-certificate, you can just reach out to us via the email address below, which is de-coms@cancerresearch.my. So feel free to take a picture of this because I will stop sharing it in a moment. And hopefully that answers all of your questions. Again, thank you so much, all of you, for asking Darren a bit more about, his cancer journey. And also, Darren, of course, thank you so much for being such
My
a
pleasure.
wonderful guest today. It's very nice
Pleasure.
and very refreshing to talk to someone different. I think we can all appreciate that. I really love it. Yeah, but I think that is the end of our webinar. There's no more questions, and thank you to all of you who are here today. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to just attend this webinar in the first place. So yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much,
everyone.
Darren.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas and Happy
Merry
New Year
Christmas and
in
Happy New
advance.
Year. Of course,
Uh,
of course. It's 2026
Get
very
screened
soon,
next
actually.
year.
Yeah, get screened. You
Yeah.
see, take Darren's advice. You have to take care of your health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's no link for attendance, Zuraida. There's no link. All right. Thank you so much. And
Thank
of course,
you.
thank you, Darren. I hope you have a great
All right.
afternoon. Hope you have a great
Likewise,
afternoon and a great
Amanda.
holiday.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
See you. Thank you.